Hi, my name is Madison S. with MyPracticeTestPrep.com, and this is the fifth video in the series, How to Pass Your CLEP or Dante's exam, guaranteed for your money back. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the free Peterson's CLEP and Dante's practice test. Now, Peterson's is a paid resource, but in this video, I'm going to show you, number one, how to get it for free, and number two, how to use their practice test to pass your CLEP or Dante's exam. Now, for those of you new to this series, please go back and watch my other videos, but I'll do a quick recap now. So far, we learned what is the CLEP. I like to tell people that it's an easy way to earn college credit by exam. We then covered why you should take the CLEP. It allows you to save both time and money, or as I like to tell people, the Head Start program. Start your career faster with less college debt. We've also covered your exam preparation options. It boils down to 5 options that you'll find when you're searching on the internet, but really there's only 2 that I use. The first I use are the online interactive flashcards provided by InstantCert.com because they are the fastest and easiest way to learn a large amount of information in a short amount of time. And then as a supplement to my flashcard studying, I use the practice test. This helps me gauge and assess my skills and readiness for the subject matter. In the last video, we covered the 2 practice test services. Now, I only recommend 2. You either use the official practice test, which I detailed in the last video, or the Peterson's full-length practice test, which we'll cover right now. With the exception of the obvious that the official practice tests have, that the practice test is designed by the actual test makers. The Peterson's full-length practice tests offer a great alternative, because not only are you getting a reputable test by the most established and trusted practice test provider, but the cons that I found with the official practice test are the exact pros that I found with Peterson. With the official practice test, number one, they usually only have 1 practice test available. That means I only have 1 chance to assess my progress and readiness without taking the same exam. Number 2, the official practice tests usually don't have any explanations. That means I don't know what I got wrong, and I don't know what I got right in the case I was guessing on a particular question. But all of that is solved with the Peterson's full-length test, because they offer 3 full-length practice tests where you can assess your readiness and progress during your studying time. And they also offer full explanations for questions you got both wrong and right, so you can know what to focus your studies on. It's exactly what you would expect from a practice test assessment. Now, the one con that I did find is that sometimes it tended to be a little off topic, or the practice test was actually harder than the real exam. So I just kind of developed a mantra that if I could pass all 3 Peterson's practice tests, then I had a good chance of passing the actual exam. How the practice test works. Now, for those of you who have heard my story know that I was able to test out of 2 years worth of college courses using CLEP and Dante's credit by exam. And every time before I took any exam, I would always follow these 11 steps, which we're about to go over now. Step number 1. You first want to check with your school to determine A, do they accept the CLEP or Dante's exam you're studying for, and B, what is a passing score. Step number 2, you're then going to start studying your Instant Cert flashcards. You want to complete all the sections and shoot for a 75 to 80% pass rate as you're going through the review flashcards. Step number 3, we're then going to take our first Peterson's full-length practice test. You want to try and answer all of the questions in an allotted time, because this is going to give you an accurate assessment of where you stand. Step number 4, this is where a lot of people have questions, because when you take the actual exam, CLEP and Dante's will convert the number of questions you received right to their scaled score. And so in order to determine if we're on track to pass the exam, we have to do the same for the practice. I don't have time to get into that here, but if you go to these 2 links, that will detail how to convert the number of questions right to your scaled score. I have one both for CLEP and for Dante's. Step number 6, you're going to want to do an honest assessment of how you felt with the questions. How were you on time? How comfortable were you on the questions? Is there something you need to study more of? Is there something that you feel confident in that you want to kind of refresh up and review? And so on and so forth. Step number 7, you're going to want to review the Peterson's full explanations for the questions you got wrong and right, because it's not just enough to get a question right, but you want to know why, because that's going to help you on the actual exam. Step number 8, Review your Instant Cert flashcard and forum areas. Now for the remaining of my studying, I then broke it out into 3 sections. After assessing my current readiness and reviewing the Peterson's explanations, I then determined number 1, what am I good at? Number 2, what material am I okay at? And number 3, what material am I, well, let's face it, bad at? And after taking several exams, I learned to develop the mantra, focus on your strengths. Because going back to step number 1, most schools only award a pass-fail grade for any credit by exam. That means whether you got all the questions right or passed by the skin of your teeth, you still have the same thing reflected on your transcript. Now, I don't mean to sound cynical and say just do the bare minimum to pass, but let's be honest. If a passing score for CLEP and Dante's is considered a C-level grade, and it reflects the same on my transcript and is not going to impact my GPA because pass-fail grades don't, then why put any more effort into it? And if you're that passionate about learning, then I tell people go to the library. But the name of this game is to take as many tests as you can in as short of a time period as you can. So with that mantra of focus on your strengths, I then determined that anything that I was good at on the first practice exam, I would focus on reviewing the flashcard and forum errors to make sure I was great at. Any material that I was okay at, I would then make sure I was good at. And any material that I felt I was bad at or weak in, I would make sure I was good at. And it was by adapting that mantra that I was able to improve my score and receive high marks on pretty much all of my exams. So after our first round of re-studying, I would then take the second Peterson's practice test. This time around, I'm focusing on improving my score. After the test, I do steps 6 through 8 again, assess my current readiness, review the Peterson explanations, and then review the Instant Search flashcards and forum areas, focusing on our strengths. Remember, the only way you're going to take as many tests as you can in a short amount of time and get high marks is to focus on your strengths. So anything you're bad at, you want to be okay at. Anything you're okay at, you want to be good at. Anything you're good at, you want to be great at. And that's how you're going to receive high marks time and time again and take as many tests as you can in a short amount of time. So for the last round of studying, I developed the mantra, it is what it is, you know what you know. So for the third and final Peterson's practice test, I'm focusing on improving my score and knowing my time. Because after this exam, I'm probably not going to do too much additional studying, and I'll be taking the exam within the next couple of days. So for the third exam, my focus is to know my score inside and out and to know my time. Because as long as I'm passing all 3 of the exams, I'm not really focused on my particular score because, again, on your college transcript, it'll just read, pass. It doesn't impact your GPA. So what I want to know by this third test is what is going to be my score, which I'll have it down packed, and hopefully you should see some progress between your first, second, and third tests. And then what is my time? You want to know how long it's going to take you to get through the questions, how long it's going to take you to review the answers, and then how long it's going to take you to do that spot check for some of the questions that you were unsure of. So when I walk into the exam on test day, I know exactly what my score is going to be and how long it's going to take me to test it with pretty much good accuracy. And it's that type of confidence that I really don't worry about anything else that goes on that day. So for the last step, like I said, after I take the third test exam, then I'm pretty much registering for my exam and taking it within the next couple of days. So where to find the practice tests we discussed? Well, if you're looking for the CLEP or Dante's official practice test, I give you a shortcut link here, and I'll put that link down below this video. If you're looking for the Peterson's practice test, I give you a shortcut link here. Again, I'll put below this video. You're just going to want to go to this link and enter your name and email, and I'll send you a free private training video. Now, the reason why I have to make this video members invite only is because if I put it on YouTube and the powers that be usually shut down my videos when I put out these super cool, super ninja tricks to get things for free, especially when it's dealing with corporate interests. So again, just go to this link and enter your name and email, and I'll send you the video for free. So what to do next? Well, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to rate, comment, or subscribe below. Also, remember to share this link with any current or prospective college students who you know would like to start their career faster with less college debt. If you haven't already done so, be sure to go to instantcert.com and click the Sign Up Now button. Remember to use discount code 3014-2 for a 25% savings off your first month membership. Once you're signed up, you can go ahead and start studying with your flashcards. and then take those practice tests you received with those links on the previous page. And then, as always, save time, save money, take the CLEP. Because it's between these two methods, the flashcards and the practice test, that allowed me to pass every exam that I took. And I know it'll do the same for you too. So, for those of you who want to join me in the movement to start your career faster with less college debt, let's go ahead and get started. My name is Medicine S, and it's been a pleasure.